Sixers fans, how are we feeling out there? I know. Woo, listen. So when I first got the text message last night, I didn't believe it. I thought it was fake. In fact, I even texted back to my friend. I said, listen, you can't believe everything that you read on the internet. This isn't true. But then I started getting more notifications and I'm like, oh my God, are you freaking kidding me? Like, this is our reality now, as a team and as a fan base. And this is yet another freaking setback for us. Like, are you kidding me? Are you serious right now? So, in the beginning, I went into like negative thinking and, obviously we have to blame somebody or something for us even being in this situation. So then I started like blaming JoJo. So I'm like, you know what? Will we ever have a playoffs where he's healthy and he's not hurt and we can count on him? And, it was just like this frustration that I had because, we had to deal with him with the gastrointestinal thing. And then we had to deal with the meniscus tear and then the thumb and now the orbital bone. So my frustration at first was directed to Embiid. And plus you hear everybody, saying things like, he's Mr. Glass, he's fragile. And also, so all these things start, getting into my head. But then I realized this is not his fault and we should not be blaming Joel. This happened as a result of Siakam with the elbow. And I would like to think that it wasn't intentional, even though it did happen after JoJo was, airplaning and, maybe out of frustration and the Raptors realizing that they were losing. Maybe Siakam was just kind of, did that. But I don't think he intentionally was trying to break his orbital bone or hurt Embiid. They're Cameroonian brothers, so I don't see that. So, I can't blame Siakam for that. I was looking at blaming the refs because, I felt like maybe if they were calling fouls on Toronto in this series or whatever, maybe things wouldn't have escalated and, in this thing, but it's an accident. So, we were already winning, which leads me to Doc Rivers. Then the blame goes to him because it's like, if we had this big enough lead, then why was Embiid and the starters still in the game? But you know what, guys? Hindsight is 2020. Even during the game, I was thinking, maybe it's a big enough game, a big enough lead in this game. We should win, close out this series. Maybe we should sit our starters. But you know what? Toronto, they weren't sitting their starters. So my thing was, you know what? As long as they got their starters in there, we need to keep ours in there too. Keep our foot on the gas. And, we can't have their starters in and we put our bench in because I've seen us lose big leads before. I've seen other teams lose big leads. And as Sixers fans, we can't have it both ways. We can't be like, you know what, put your foot on the gas. We got to have a definitive win and, and then play conservative and be overconfident and be like, you know what, let's pull our guys out. Because really, you know what, I kind of understood keeping the guys in there. I felt like it built their confidence and showed that, we are contenders in this playoff race. I still think we're contenders in this playoff race. And to me, it was also to carry that momentum going into round 2 against Miami Heat. So I can't necessarily, of course, hindsight is 2020, but I think as fans, the first thing we try to do is find blame. So, we want to blame Embiid, we want to blame Siakam, we want to blame the refs, we want to blame Doc, but injuries are a part of the NBA and we just have to deal with it. And I think we are going to be okay. Yes, I do. I think we'll be okay because, aside from the concussion protocol, I think he'll be fine to play with the face mask. And if some of you fans remember from seasons past, Joel wore that face mask and he embraced it. And he kind of became like the villain. And he even had that whole thing, Phantom of the Process and whatnot. So I feel like JoJo is going to wear that face mask and he's still going to come out and ball out like the MVP that we know and love. And you know what? Even when Embiid doesn't play, I still think we'll be competitive. Like this is a team sport, and I think it'll be next man up. I think we will see Harden take the leadership role out on the floor. I think the Harden Maxey duo is going to, be a different kind of game, and I think we'll be fine. Tobias is playing, consistent. And, offensively and defensively, I think is going to be fine. Danny Green has stepped up. And guys, don't forget Matisse Thybulle. I mean, I know he didn't have a good series with the Raptors, but that was because he was there half the games. He wasn't there half he's going to be full in for Miami. We're going to have his defense. So I think we'll be fine. I'm expecting more minutes from B-Ball Paul, and I would prefer B-Ball Paul get those extra minutes when Embiid's not playing, because I feel like he brings athleticism going up and down the court. I feel like DeAndre Jordan, Paul Millsap, they're a little slower. I think we're probably need a little bit more speed. So it'll be interesting to see how Doc and the coaching staff make the adjustments for Embiid. But we have won games without Embiid before, guys. And Miami is not fully healthy either. They're facing injuries. Jimmy, I think, was out for, a few games. Kyle Lowry, like they're being, having to deal with injury issues as well. So I feel like, as bad and as bleak as it may seem, we're really not in a bad situation, guys. It's not like Chris Middleton for the Bucks. Like he's, presumed to be out for the entire season. I think JoJo will miss a few games, maybe first two, maybe the first one, who knows, but he'll come back, he'll wear the mask, and he's still going to ball out. So I just feel like we'll take it one game, one series at a time, but guys, we will be fine. Trust me on this. There's no way that Embiid is going to be like BS up in Brooklyn, sitting on the sidelines with his designer gear, watching from the sidelines. That's not, despite what people think about JoJo, he's very competitive. And I think he's not going to, aside from the medical staff saying that he can't play, if he's able to play, he's going to play, and he's going to play well. So with that, I need everybody to put that positive energy back out there and just know that the Sixers will be fine. Okay? So everybody, I need everybody to clap your hands, everybody, for Philadelphia 76ers. Let's go Sixers. We got this, y'all.